Hello, I'm Patricia McNeilly from twinflamesmerge and Twin Flame Body. I hope that you're doing well today. Today in this video, I want to talk to you about what happens when there's no response. This is going to begin happening a lot, and there's a reason for it. And I'm going to enumerate several of the reasons. Number one, it's time to pay attention to what's going on, because a lot of people, we get accustomed to having just knee-jerk reactions, and we're very accustomed to overreacting, in large part because of where we live. We live on a planet where we need to be able to react or act quickly, and sometimes that helps us. When it comes to personal relationships, it doesn't always help. When it comes to love, it sometimes really doesn't help. And when it comes to twin flame love, it's best to not overreact. But how does someone do that if you're already wired for it? I mean, really, these are questions I had for myself, because a couple of years ago, I really started it became much more prominent, much more noticeable, that I was not only having body reactions, if things didn't go my way, and this is a really hard thing for people to accept. We do things like law of attraction, we're positive, we are putting our best foot forward. We've become better people. We want to help others, but mostly we want to help ourselves. So what happens? Something doesn't go our way and we react. We can't help but do this. It's a part of how we're wired. Now, what do you do? Because you're a higher consciousness being. You're not just an animal, nothing wrong with animals, but we are not. We have parts of us that can be similar, but we are the higher consciousness beings. And we're here for love. So I'm going to say this so that everybody is clear on this. You're here for love. You're here for love. You're here for love. You're not here for your IQ, your intelligence quotient. You're here for your EQ. You're here for your emotional quotient. And I actually have a couple of funny things to relate about that. One, I was watching this show, and in the show, some people who had an argument, they kind of mended their fences. They got together and they were all hugging each other. This one's hugging that one and that one's hugging that one. And they're getting, kind of reacquainted with each other. And finally, someone steps in and says, "Enough of feelings." And I just laughed. I laughed my butt off. I thought, isn't that appropriate for this journey? Enough of feelings. Why? Because we have feelings. We react. We react to sarcasm. We react to sorrow. We react to abandonment, rejection. We cannot help it. Our emotions are connected to us. We're not detached. If anything, we go through a process where it becomes very, very raw for many people. So raw sometimes that people will have an internal conflict. They'll have those internal conflicts of, I feel like doing this, but I know I shouldn't. I want to go get in his face, but I really don't think I should. I want to call her up and tell her off, but somehow I just can't bring myself to do that. It doesn't feel right. And again, you have a mix of emotions and feelings. Now, I have another story related to emotion. And this is that I wanted to run a class at my park district about the body, and to make this sort of a 5-week thing so that people could do it. I've done it before. I've done it online, and I'm going to be doing it again online. But what happened was they talked to me, they looked at my stuff. I gave them a little demonstration of what I was going to do. They seemed to like it. And then they contacted me after 2 weeks and said, "We've decided not to go ahead with this." Now, mind you, I had already been talking about it, and I had some people who are local here in Chicago who had wanted to join. So I had to backpedal and reach out to people and say, I've got to figure out another venue. Please bear with me. Please hold. Please wait. You know, like when you're on hold. Please wait. Do. So meanwhile, behind the scenes, I was trying to figure out what could I do? And I didn't even have an answer because this was over email. How are you supposed to feel what the prevailing emotion is through emails? That just always baffles me. So anyways, I happened to see the lady who I'd originally met with just about a week ago. And the number one reason was, ta-da, well, Patricia, we decided not to go with it because it deals with, we figured it deals with a lot of emotions. And yeah, we just don't want that. And I said to myself, well, other modalities actually do also deal with emotion. But she said to me, you know what, just not for now. And this was a good reminder that twin flame people are the pioneers going forward, where you do deal with your emotion, and you're going to deal with your emotions like it or not, because we are emotional beings. We are sacred beings. We have connections that you haven't even tapped into yet. There's a depth of emotion that exists between you and your true love that you have to be able to access. And it's not at the surface level. And the next thing to let you know, number 2 reason of why no response. Well, for a majority of people, the soul group ship has sailed. Now, you and your twin, your real twin, your person you're truly connected to, are going forward. You're leaving other people behind. And this is confusing because if you're trying to elicit a response, you may not get one, simply because that ship has sailed. It's your soul who has decided that that person isn't good enough for you to dally with. There's no more dilly-dallying. There's no more of the, you know, well, I'll just hunker down with another person, or I'm really confused about what's going on, but I think that I'll wait it out and camp out. No more camping. There's no place to camp in. The campground is closed. The ship is sailed. For many people, your best course of action is remain celibate. And yeah, I said that, remain celibate, and don't skitter around. Do not be like Chicken Little where the sky is falling. The sky is not falling. There's actually just things on the move. And there is a big push here. There's a huge push. And that push is to get people in position where they need to be. Even if you're not sure of where is that, or even if you're saying to yourself, who is it? But who is it? Who is it? Well, they're connected to you. And if you can't get yourself open, that is what I am here for. I am here to help you open up your high heart channels. And I am here to help you to have higher level experiences so that you really know what this is, so that you really know what this is about, so that all of the new parts of you can really start to open and do their proper functions of making your life and taking you out of what may feel like a blah, flat, flattened out, mundane, banal existence into something that feels a bit more exciting. Now, some people tend to waver between, like, they're having a good day, they don't even know why their day is going the way it is. Why do these things like keep continuing like this? Like it's a repeat. Every day is a repeat. Every day is a repeat. Okay, the next thing to mention, point number 3, you do have to focus on you. When you focus on you and making yourself healthy and getting away from things that are unhealthy, that provides the prompts internally for you and your true love. Okay? In other words, you wake them up on the inside. You're the one that is actually able to let them feel you. Okay? Not let them feel you flirting with other people, not let them feel you fending off something, not let them feel your loneliness, really feel you. And many people don't know yet how to truly turn in, using too much of the mind. I'll give you an example. At one time, I was dating someone, and I could already tell because of the person's abuse issues, it probably wasn't going to go far. And I was disappointed. And I was thinking to myself, do I really want to invest time and energy and effort and, maybe money if, we're paying on a date or something like that? And then the person decided to mention horoscopes. And my horoscope was on the exact opposite end of this person. And do you know what they said to me? It'll never work out. People with the opposite, it never works out. And right then, they shot down the relationship without even getting to know me. And this is sometimes what the mind does, but I was actually dodging a bullet. And if you're scattering yourself and you're trying to get answers here and answers there and saying, well, what's their birthday? What does it mean? You're doing yourself a delay, okay? It may answer some things for your mind. It's doing nothing to open up your body. It may calm you for a time. But at the end of the day, how much kissing are you actually having? How much comfort and balance are you having? So, number 4, the number 4 point I want to make here is you have to deal with the results. You have to deal with the results and consequences of your actions, choices, behaviors, etc. And this is where people get into trouble. If you have ever noted throughout some of the things that happen, really big events, people say things like, well, they were fine until they just blew a gasket. The person is super intelligent, but what gets in the way? It's being emotional. And this is where what is going to happen, although it may trigger you, you have tools through me and you have ways through your body to get yourself not only rid of the past, but calm, balanced, and lifted up to where you can move along. Now, this is one of the major things that I do when I meet with people. I'm the person that pulls the plug on the past and lets it start tumbling out. This has to be done in a series of 3 to 4 sessions, which is minimal that I recommend. For deeper trauma or issues, it sometimes takes longer. And where you're going to feel this, where are you going to feel all of this? It's going to be felt in the heart. So how do you know? Well, some people go through a patch of time where they feel like there's heart stress. They feel their heart and they feel like cracks, like something's cracking open. That cracking open is an important thing. That's the first detachment. That's number 1, okay? When it feels like something just went, okay, or like it's like a shell or an egg cracking open. Vitally important, sometimes painful, and I'm not gonna lie, it gets weird. There's things on this journey that just get weird. And the entire universe can trigger it out. It's not only your twin flame that can trigger it out. The higher twin flame can help trigger, but you may just meet someone, and I'm going to say this because someone needs to be saying it. Some of you are dodging a bullet because if you were to get into a deeper relationship with someone, it would wind up a lot worse than what you're dealing with. So let's get together. Let's find out, even more so than licking your wounds. Let's get you better in a really short amount of time. Do you know that some people go into a state of grief after a breakup that it takes them years to come out of, if at all? Now, this has been something in past lives where especially lovers, especially love triangles, someone has died of a broken heart. They didn't die right away. They didn't have a massive heart attack. They had a low, lingering, debilitating, congestive heart failure type of death. The emotions can go nowhere and they fill up with fluids. And it's not pretty, and I don't wish it on anyone. There are parts of you that want to get you healthy. There are parts that I help you integrate so that you yourself can lift up and really get better and leave some things be like they were a blip on the radar. Now, I want to tell you that there are things, because men experience things too. So we have a man, and the man is going through not only his ascension, but purging. And he's crying a lot. And maybe some people can sense that. Oh, he's crying. You know, sometimes it's a big deal when men cry because they don't show their emotion. They've been socialized not to show their emotion. He feels wavery. He's not sure of himself. He's losing his confidence. What else happens though? Well, on a physiological level, things are breaking down. Despite his age, despite his youth, despite his beauty, his handsomeness, he's feeling impotent. And he doesn't know what's wrong. He's crying. He tries to flirt and get back in the game, but it's not a game. Love is not a game. And he's wondering why. Why has he lost his golden touch? Why are things at work breaking down? Why are things seem so strange to him? And he cries. And not knowing where these buckets of tears come from, buckets and buckets and buckets, because it can't be stored up anymore. It's got to go somewhere. What is happening on the other side? On the other side, she's feeling this like bipolar. Her mood is up, her mood is down, her mood is up, her mood is down. Whether or not she actually gets a diagnosis about this, we don't know. But she's feeling it because she's on the other end, even though they've never met. He's being prepared for their meeting. There is a majority of people who have never met each other yet in this life. And those people have frequently dreamed their twin ahead of time. How many of you have known deep inside you that somehow, even as a child, you were here to just be with someone? Just be. Sometimes we just say that. We're just like, I just want to be. I just want to be with someone. Yeah, it should be that simple. But purging the past and disentangling it, that's what I help you expedite. That's what I'm able to actually unravel, get it going. And people get upset. They're like, whoa, what's going on? Yeah, we're just unembedding the things, the patterns, the traumas, the things that have happened to you, not putting more in. Sometimes I don't even want to hear about all the stuff that someone's been done wrong because I can feel it and it doesn't linger with me. It gets gone. It gets transmuted that day and continue. And not only that, I give people an outline of what do you do in the next few days and the next few weeks to keep this going. That's something that not everyone is going to provide and include. So let's take someone else, okay? We have someone and she's doing pretty good. She's doing the right things. She's eating well, she's eating right. She's meditating, and yet nothing's happening. And there's no response. Why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because she's still doing things not in a twin flame way. She's under here. She has not gotten to the point, and nor does she maybe even know that there is a level in which you start to break through and you start having higher level experiences. And so, you know, she's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting until she feels like she's drowning in her emotion. It's up to here. She's drowning in it. She wants someone to rescue her. She wants to know, where is it? So ladies, I have an announcement for you. Women's liberation is coming. Women's liberation, which has been fought for, maybe not fought, but yes, sometimes fought and protested for, it's here now. A full liberation, because she gets to start liberating herself from those old levels. Maybe she doesn't know where to start. That is where I come in to help people, because when I help people, they start getting some things on track. They start getting their finances. They start getting their jobs or their callings, the endeavors that they want to do, like a cookbook or whatever. I can't tell you how many people have actually written me, and I'm so proud of everyone. I am honored and privileged that people let me know and update me what's been going on with them. It's been a fabulous thing to see, and I'm very, very grateful, and I'm very humbled that moving some simple stuff and following some instructions has brought rapid results to feeling better. I've also had some people reach out and say, hey, Patricia, you know what? Years ago, I really thought it was this person until I made myself nuts. I was running and chasing. I went to a completely different country, and it just ended up in pain. It was traumatic. It was dramatic. It was too much. And yet, now I'm back to me, and I think it was the wrong person. And they're coming into the realizations that they needed. Not because I told them, but because the body started getting clear where they could feel, you know, what people say, they're feeling their own truth. Well, they're feeling the reality. The reality is it wasn't that person-y. And sometimes reality bites. And sometimes bonds get broken because they need to. And that's not always something that we want to deal with the results of it. We have to deal with the results because we're here for more. You're here for more. And like it or not, your body is the hugest part of it. So in the next decade, because we're going into an entirely new decade, you're going to find this out. So I have several things to help you with. I just want to remind you, I found this on the National Geographic magazine as a reminder, your body, you're built to explore. Built to explore, bold, brilliant. As you say in the UK, it's brilliant. It's positively brilliant. Yes, it is. Exploration happens because of you. You are those intrepid pioneers leading people. And you're leading anyway because you're leading with the energies. And if you feel heavy, if you feel as though you're becoming bittered, don't live like that. Don't have the heart stress. Don't have a bitter heart. Please come see me because I will help you shift it. I know how to do it. I know where it originates. I know where to get you to clear. I know what supplements to recommend for you. And it is on. You will feel better and bounce to yourself in a really short period of time. The next thing is my book. The most important thing in here in my book that I want to point out to you is Your New Life. We're going into a new decade. You're intended to have a new life. That life is not like anything else that you've experienced previously for several reasons. First of all, there's things you've never been able to do in other lives. That's the whole point of closing up karma, not just concluding karma. You're either extending karma or you're ending karma. Take your pick. And if you're interested in ending it, come and see me, because I will pinpoint for you where you should focus. And it may be different because these things go in cycles. So I hope that you have a lovely day, that you've learned something here. Don't feel like this is the end for you, because like the song says, from every new beginning's end comes a new beginning. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Look for the links below. Have a wonderful day. Bye.